Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. It is here the week of Christmas Bowl.
Yes, it is.
It is Monday afternoon at 4:02. We're 2 minutes late for those that were
We're
watching.
2 minutes late on December the 22nd.
We're kind of laid back. We're not like the other shows. We hit right to the second. And we just kind of, once we get in here and start talking before the show, we look up and it's time to go online.
That's right. I mean, but one thing's for sure, we're going to be there. We're going to pop up eventually.
Yeah.
So here we are. Glad to see everybody. I'm glad you're tuning in.
We got to thank our sponsor, North Star Services.
North Star Services
out of Nashville, and they service all of Middle Tennessee.
And what do they service, David?
Hey, they service damage. Okay,
damage. So if you go through and just cause massive damage,
no, you're not going to do it. It's probably going to be a tornado,
roof
damage,
fire,
water, fire, leaks, all kinds of stuff that create havoc. They'll take care of you. They're licensed contractors. They'll come in. They'll help you get a quote for your insurance and walk you through the process. They're professionals.
Very important.
They're the best. Let's hear from them when we come back. We're going to talk about some of the top news stories of 2025.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Water, fire, or mold damage. Call North Star Services, Nashville's local, non-franchise restoration pros. We respond 24/7 to stop damage fast, handle drying and cleanup, and manage repairs start to finish. As a licensed general contractor with 20-plus years experience, we coordinate directly with your insurance and offer free estimates, serving all of Middle Tennessee, including Bedford County. Restore today. Rebuild with confidence. Call 615-203-9573.
I know. You're right.
All right. We're back in here to talk some news of 2025.
Real talk in between real talk.
And honestly, the news of 2025 has been dominated since about July.
Yes.
Well, the biggest news story probably in Shelbyville and probably in Middle Tennessee.
Yes. That's
and
right.
Specifically the whiskey industry.
Yes,
okay.
That's right. It's the Uncle Nearest distillery debacle where
we're in receivership.
Yes.
Okay. Today, there was a judge ruling that came out, and Josh put an article, wrote the story about what happened, where the judge basically said, don't be challenging this to the Weavers, and basically said, y'all be quiet.
Leave the receiver alone. Let the receiver receive.
Yeah.
and you sit.
Receive. Okay.
Right.
And do his job. So that's where it stands here right at the end of the year.
Yes.
And I know in early 2026, we're probably going to see resolutions start to come into shape.
Yes.
And we'll know more to that story. But that's been a big, hot story because it's a big thing to see a potentially tourist business attraction like that come under this debacle. But it's been building for some years.
It has
obviously.
been. It has been. And
it's come to a head.
It's sad to see, but we hope that better days are coming and this can get kind of over and we can get back to business because we've got that location is great there. I mean, there was always full there with people there, but there's some few issues.
All right, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't know. I think that it might just dissolve, but it might have enough. It depends what the receiver finds. He might find enough. I
don't think we're ever going to see a distillery built.
Oh no, not that. It'll be a facade, a distillery facade is what I
don't think that will even be there. I think we'll have the world's longest bar operating.
That's cool if they want to do
somebody.
That. Yeah,
I mean somebody will come in and buy that property.
Yeah,
and I bet we have a major, high class, high end development on the backside of this is just me predicting.
Well, they're already having. There's some type of star that's coming. I think.
But that's all that's going to end.
Well, I know, but it's still happening. So they're trying their best to see what's left and what it has. That's the biggest story in Bedford County in 2025. But
it's to be continued in 2026.
Yes,
I think we'll see it.
Yes,
I think by July 4th in 2026 we'll know what's going to happen.
Let me write that down. Okay,
write that down.
I don't have a
all right. So we got that, and then we got a lot of political turmoil, not turmoil, but changes.
A lot of changes. Changes in political seats and political figures. It has consequences, and it can really change a city, and it can really move counties and cities in the right or the wrong directions. We know that earlier this year, county mayor, the executive Chad Graham said he will no longer be seeking another term. So he will be done in next year.
Yeah.
We also had Rhonda Clanton, our
Yeah.
tax assessor.
Yeah.
She has served 30 years. She's retiring from the job. And then just recently, it feels like she just got in the seat of being superintendent, but Tammy Garrett has decided that
she's been here 5 years.
She's been here 5 years, but those have been some of the best years, I think, with the energy there. And I hope that energy continues. We also had recently that longtime County District 2 Commissioner Greg Vick will no longer be seeking re-election. So those four, especially, well, let me add one more. I'm so sorry. I did forget one of the most important.
Swing,
Austin Swing, the mine, yours, everybody's policeman, sheriff. He's been both. He is no longer seeking election. So 2026, we're going to have a new county mayor and a new sheriff.
There's a new sheriff coming.
There's going to be a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
And right now it's between John Sweeney and Nakia Elliott. I know the papers were able to be picked up today, I believe. So we'll see who else will be in those.
And I've heard other rumors floating around the political world of other people that are not going to go back for re-election. We'll see.
And we'll see. We don't know. I mean, if you feel like running, you can go up there to the election office.
I think it's time for people, specifically younger people. I'd like to see younger people start to take ownership in the local representation here, and that's what this is. This is not leadership. This is representation.
I look at it like this, and this is the way that I serve. I did not serve in the military, and I respect with all my everything the people that did. And there's a lot of people that gave the ultimate sacrifice. When you take that, this is the way you can give back and serve. It is not a military assignment, but it is a way to serve that you don't expect anything in return, but you're there to serve your city, whether it be for the park board, for the planning commission, or if you want to step up and be county mayor. That is you're a servant of the people, and I hope that people understand that and that's what we want here.
So the story is a lot of turnovers about to happen,
a lot of
announcements come out.
Yeah, it's exciting.
One of the big things I think, Bo, is the Grindstone Cowboy opening up here this latter part of the year. We've been watching this thing come into its existence by seeing that old building gutted, basically rebuilt.
I've never seen it in my whole life.
A lot of money spent
like that. And once this was complete, the Grindstone Cowboy, it really gave us as citizens a glimpse of what our Riverwalk could look like there. I mean, this is something that I think
that's another
first
thing.
Step.
What about this Riverwalk project? Is it still on the table?
Well, they're still talking about it. It's still in the air, and I believe this is a good way to see. I mean, I could just see that developing through there, and there being we've got a pretty landscape through there, and it'd be much. I hope we do get to use. I have seen the plan. It's been a while. I think they're working or talking under that same plan. Look, they're wanting to improve, what we got there. And the Duck River right there around the dam, it is one of the coolest places in Shelbyville, if not in around, several counties. You've got this large dam, this old, there used to be mills and all kinds of things down there. But the Grindstone Cowboy, it has kind of lit a fire, that and the Glass Hollow.
Yeah, both.
And not to mention just the square in general.
Each business builds off each other now.
They do,
point.
and they work and they coordinate.
Yeah,
There's a nice bakery down the road now that just opened.
There's a good synergy. Is that what you call it? The word synergy?
I think so. Big word, David.
Big word. If you just go from the Grindstone Cowboy and you go straight right down to the Capri Theater. You got all kinds of stuff happening there. And then down the east side, you got Pope's Cafe, you got other businesses. Yes. Then on the west side, you got more business because you've got the annex building from the courthouse.
That's right.
And then you've got the other businesses there, the old Gunner building where there's some residents. And then you've got other businesses all around. And then you got the church and the bank.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen with the bank because that's kind of tied up in the Weaver deal.
Yes,
so we'll see how that plays out. But once you get that side and you got First United Methodist Church, just the cornerstone
look at any picture, even pre-1800s, you're going to see that church, that steeple there.
Yeah. All right. So, and then you got the historic courthouse in the middle, which is not used as a courthouse anymore, but it is a historical place.
And looks great.
All right, so all that come together, and the Grindstone Cowboy was the last cornerstone to be thrown in the mix.
I think, yeah, and I think it also opened up our vision of what we've got and what it can be, especially with the way that the fly is back there. But it's exciting. So now, then we had also 2 more coffee shops open up. Besides that, we had the Dose Bros and yet to be Starbucks.
No,
they've got that going.
Let's see, wait, Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Bros. I always confuse that. Thank you very much, and I know everybody would have corrected me before. Dutch Brothers. I get those confused, but yes,
right,
and the Starbucks, which I don't know.
How many more can we handle?
I don't know. Let me get my
I'm drinking coffee
out
right now, and it came out of my pot. I can't afford this.
You got to contribute to this coffee.
I can't afford it.
Well, I know, and if you can't afford it, and I know you do, you go to Southern Cup. I know you.
If I'm going to Southern Cup, that's where I'm going because it's locally owned.
But you can't afford it every day. But when you do, that's where I like to
go.
But
is coffee going to continue to be a story?
Well, I guess so because we've got it here, and we love it. Now there's also the Jailhouse Rock Cafe next to the jail. That has been open about the same time that Grindstone was. It kind of got.
Where is that?
It's right next to the jail, to the Justice Center. It's right.
Oh, you're talking about yeah. And you building.
Yes, and that is the one that that just opened close to there. It serves our northern side of the town, and that's something that we haven't had really over there.
TCAT is another. And
that
for
was
you
the
guys
next
watching any news story that you can think of, throw out there to us and mention it because. You guys keep up with it just like we do. We're just kind of hitting the high points.
We're hitting the high points. Y'all do better than us.
But the TCAT is open.
It's beautiful.
State of the art facility.
The whole, and then the big crater got filled. The rock got filled with rock, with dump trucks going through all summer. The Walmart crater that they built on Frank Martin Road was finally filled in, and now their addition has gotten up. I know a lot of people were really glad to see those dump trucks here in 2025.
Yeah,
that was a big sight, but that has been filled
since
up.
We're talking about that vicinity out there, you can't go on without talking about the 23 counts that came out from TDEC on the duck sand factory disposal of hazardous materials. So we're gonna have to keep following that.
And we've got that. Yeah, that's pending. We're waiting. We'll see.
And it just gives me a headache to think about, but it's part of news. And then we got the 231 North traffic light at Highway 82. That was a breath of fresh air to see it coming. Now it's a disaster sitting out there.
And, well, at least they've removed the large.
They've got part of it down, but they're not going to start working on that till like March.
Yeah, and it's confusing. I was driving through it the other night. It was kind of misting, and you kind of don't know which lane's going to end. It's still kind of confusing, and there's a lot of orange going on. But yes, we're so glad to have that there because before we've had that, that's just always been a dangerous intersection.
Yeah,
but it's quite interesting that it still is. But it will be.
It's going to be better.
Those that came around in the sports world, it's Shelbyville Central High School. We've got a brand new turf football field that looks absolutely amazing, better than some college fields. And we're going to have a baseball turf field if it's not done already, and a softball.
All of that upgrade came from Cooper Steel.
It sure did.
Steel this year has basically spent a ton of money with the celebration renovation of the Cooper Steel Arena, and then Central, and then their project that they've got going on for their expansion.
Yes.
That's going to create jobs here.
Yes.
I think the biggest story of all of these could be that.
It could be that.
And all those things in combination.
And they've got a lot. They've got the study that's going on as well. But let's really emphasize that they are investing in their city, in their county. This is a big deal because Shelbyville Central High School, there for a while, it was kind of, going, we didn't know. You hear a lot of, the sports, they need this. They're growing so much. Well, we've had somebody step up, and now look at it. I mean, there are going to be some kids.
Here's the big challenge, Bo, and this is a great thing to have this challenge. You've got a company that's invested in the community so much. We all have to take care of it. We all have to be proud of it and then take care of it and try to have some skin in the game.
Yes.
Maybe some other businesses come alongside and help. Maybe it can be in a small way of some sort.
Well, and the students too. They want to instill, in the students.
Yeah.
And they want to get something out of them.
There's some school pride involved.
There is. It's really, really great to see because I'm seeing it with my daughter there, and I'm getting to experience it, and I'm blown away. And I just can't say thank you enough.
I don't think it's finished. I think there's a lot more coming.
I think there's a lot coming all over, and I think they want to invest in their city, and I'm glad to see it happen.
Was that fireworks that went off?
That was my knuckles that went off. I'm sorry, I did a knuckle pop
Man,
in
did
between.
y'all hear the fireworks?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Those are it's getting close to January 1st. So are you going to shoot some fireworks on New Year's?
No, I'm going to be watching some.
You're going to be watching some.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't shoot fireworks. Usually, if I shoot fireworks, it's 4th of July.
Well, if I shoot fireworks, I usually catch on fire. That's happened many times.
Well,
so I don't play with
no
fireworks.
fire, no fireworks. Well, David, we still do have a few things that are lingering still in 2025 and are going to continue. And I would say that those are the growing pains and the infrastructure strains. How about that headline? Growing pains, infrastructure strains.
It's not going to go away, but I do think our report the other day that we kind of put out of looking at the actual market nationwide and how in Shelbyville and Bedford County it has affected some. The pull down, the higher interest rates, the slowdown, the increase in inventory. I think we're going to start to see some of these houses come down, and we're going to have a more stable period. So some of these things are getting brought up. I personally think there's a ton that you throw up on the wall, and 3 years from now, some of them never going to scratch the dirt.
You're right. You're right. And we've got a lot out there that's improved.
When there's a lot out there sitting empty, that's got to get filled before you can keep. Yeah, so that's right. And the question that always lingers around in my mind is more people the answer to all the problems we have in Bedford County? That's my question. And just us talking about it, that's the first thing. Is more people the answer? Yeah. Is that what it is?
No, but it seems that's what people go to when they're in more people means more things. Yeah, and really that means I think it means more problems. You've got more. It can be, but it can be more solutions as well. Look, it's a tough nut to crack, I guess you'd say. But what we have to do, you're right. You could plan they could plan subdivisions all over and improve them. But I mean, they wouldn't build them if they're not selling. But we do have a lot approved right now that if they were built today, let's just say, for instance, there's no way that what we've got, I think it would fail.
All right. So, Bo, I'm going to throw this out here. What are you looking for in 2026 for Bedford County and Shelbyville? What are you looking for? I have a thought of what I'm looking for. And what would you look forward to in 2026? I mean, we got an election coming. Mm-hmm. And just looking at the layout of where Shelbyville and Bedford County has been and where it's headed, what it's in the middle of, what do you look for in 2026? What would be a solution to the problems or an answer or a good development in your mind?
Well, what I think is the citizens. We've seen a strong representation of what the citizens are saying, right? And if the people that are representing them, I think it's time for higher standards. Okay. It should be a year 2026 for the city. I know, and for the county should be, like the wastewater. It should be a year of high standards. We look around us and see this high development going on in Murfreesboro and in Estill Spring or in Spring Hill and all these places. Do we want that? Or do we want to make these developers really put a good product on the ground if they want to come to Bedford County or Shelbyville? That's what it comes down to. And now we've got such loose restrictions that the product is not, it's just the minimum standards. So if we need to, that's what I think on a development level.
Smart people are thinking that direction, Bo. And I think I've got a slogan for us for 2026. High standards and straight answers.
Well, I think that's, and you're exactly right. Transparency, being informed, right? And being informed at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, reach for those standards and then just be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do this. Yeah. It's okay to say we can't do this.
Yeah, it is okay to say that. And sometimes
Yet. Maybe that, you know what I'm saying?
Because there's technologies always developing in things, but we've got to protect what we have. We have limited land. We have to protect what we have. And if you want to build here, then you've got to put the product we want to see there.
All right. So here's another thing that I've always heard. Have you ever heard of FOMO? Fear of missing out. I'm afraid that a lot of times elected people and people that are supposedly in charge of stuff have this FOMO develop. They're feared they're going to miss out.
Mm-hmm.
I got news for you. The growth in population in Middle Tennessee is only just begun.
Yeah.
We're going to hit some bumps, and we're about to come into a slump, I feel, in our economy to where this cools off some. But there'll be another wave coming. Though.
Oh, yeah.
This little slump in 2026 that I see already started, gives us an opportunity to stop, catch our breath, say, okay.
In slumps, there's
raise the standards.
Yes. That sounds
and
well put.
And then let's have some straight answers for what's to come the next 5 to 10 years. I think we're going to have a 2 to 3 year window where things are slumped down a little bit because the economy is not what we think it's going to be. All right. I'm not saying it's going to be terrible. I just think we're going to go through that little cycle, that little dip.
I agree. And there's always opportunity in slow cycles. And you're exactly right. But the work has to be done. And those that are involved, they have to speak up now or forever hold their peace.
I'm ready for, instead of hearing word salads from our elected representatives and our people that are employees of our county and our city, just to give us straight answers about the numbers, about the reality of where we're at, instead of living in a fairy tale land.
That's right.
Yes, we know people are coming and they're going to move, but let's be honest. What's the best step forward? I think the year 2026 is going to be that for us. And now you hit the nail on the head with the high standards.
Yep. I think it's time.
Yeah.
And we'll get there.
Anybody else have any thoughts on 2025? I know we had some bad news. Miss Sarah Paget, she went missing and we found her.
Yeah.
That was a sad piece of news.
That was very sad.
Yeah.
But if there's any, there's always a light at the end. I'm glad that there was closure there and that for her and her family, that there's still that they got some closure there.
Yeah. And there's a lot of news that's going to be carrying over into 2026, like the Uncle Nearest thing. That's going to be.
And look, we've got the election coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
speaking of which, we're going to be all over it, Bo.
Oh, I know. We're going to be
covering it.
We're going to have interviews. We're going to have meet the candidates. We're going to have all kinds of ways that you can get to know these candidates, but still go out and meet them yourself, because every one of them approachable and they'll all talk to you. I mean, Denny's been out everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere.
Well,
talk to him.
Here's another thing too. If you got somebody in office right now that is going to be rerunning for office, and you hadn't been able to be in touch with them for the past term, you might want to change your mind about who you vote for.
You might want to do that. Right now is the time to call them up and see if A, you can reach them first of all, and then B, if they care what you're saying.
It's probably too late because we're in that election cycle now. They're going to start answering their phone.
You're right.
The time you do it is a year after they've been elected.
That's right.
Do they really care at that point? What you think?
Yeah, or see how they treated you last year opposed to this year.
Exactly. Exactly. If you start getting smiles and handshakes and you hadn't been getting them, you might want to change your mind.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, Bo. And we're gonna wish everybody hold on. Doc Dunn comes in. If you don't want to lose our county as it is, housing needs to build up. Maybe 10 stories is not what we want. Be able to feed people. There's going to be, I think, a slump. We were talking about.
I think that there's
already opportunity to.
But we're already seeing that signs of that slump, I believe.
All right. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will be back after the first, after New Year's with.
Take a little time off.
And we might not be coming back with the same schedule. We might we might be doing it every day if stuff's happening.
That's right. You're going to be seeing a lot of us in 2026.
Important that we need to get out and talk about, we're going to be showing up.
Yeah, because we just want to inform people, and we're going to be here.
Yeah.
You can count on us. That's what we're built on, is trust and being and having the information.
As much as we can.
So thank y'all all for watching, and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2026. It's going to be a good one. Y'all stay tuned.
2026 sounds strange, doesn't it?
It does. And it also, I experienced a quarter of a century and it felt like that. So I'm like,
Yeah. Time flies. Enjoy time with your family. Yes. Enjoy your Christmas, and we'll see you guys next year.
Merry Christmas.